9 UK toilet paper brands you should never buy again. Shocking results. Introduction: the bathroom secret no one talks about. Let's be honest. Toilet paper isn't exactly dinner table conversation. Yet every single household in the UK relies on it. From London flats to countryside cottages, it's one of those everyday essentials we buy without thinking. We grab whatever's on offer in Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda, Aldi or Morrison's, chuck it into the trolley, and assume it'll do the job. But what if it doesn't? What if the toilet roll you're using is costing you more than money? What if it's blocking your pipes, irritating your skin, or quietly shrinking in size while prices rise? Over the past several months, we conducted a deep dive investigation into some of the UK's most widely sold toilet paper brands. We tested softness, strength, absorbency, sheet count accuracy, roll diameter, dissolvability, even how much lint they leave behind. The results? Frankly, shocking. Some brands performed brilliantly. Others? Let's just say they shouldn't be anywhere near your bathroom. This isn't about brand hate. It's about transparency. Because British shoppers deserve better. So here they are, the 9 UK toilet paper brands you may want to think twice about buying again. 1. The luxury roll that felt like sandpaper. We'll start with a brand heavily marketed as luxury quilted softness. It's often priced higher than competitors and frequently promoted in supermarkets. On packaging, it promises cloud-like comfort, silky touch, superior cushioning. In reality, our testers described it as oddly stiff, overly dry, scratchy after repeated use. When compared side by side with other mid-range rolls, this so-called premium option ranked near the bottom for softness. The shrinkflation problem. But here's where things get worse. The packaging proudly advertised double rolls. But when we measured sheet count and total paper weight, we discovered something troubling. While marketed as double, the roll contained only 1.6x the sheet count of a standard roll. Not double. Not even close. Consumers are paying for perceived value, not actual value. 2. The budget brand that disintegrated instantly. We all love a bargain. Especially during the UK's ongoing cost of living squeeze. Discount supermarket toilet rolls can look tempting. 8 rolls for less than £2? Sounds brilliant. But performance matters. During absorbency testing, this budget roll collapsed within seconds of contact with water. It tore before basic pressure was applied. While quick dissolving paper can be good for plumbing, there's a difference between flushable and falling apart mid-use. Our testers reported needing twice as much paper per use compared to higher quality brands. In the end, the cheap roll wasn't so cheap after all. 3. The overperfumed irritation risk. Some toilet papers now come infused with fragrance, lavender, aloe, cotton fresh. Sounds pleasant. But here's the issue. Fragrance and dyes can cause irritation, particularly for people with sensitive skin. In controlled testing, several volunteers reported mild itching, redness, uncomfortable dryness. While reactions varied, dermatologists generally recommend fragrance-free toilet paper for intimate areas. The perfumed brand we tested ranked low not only for skin comfort, but also for softness and ply durability. Smelling nice isn't worth discomfort. 4. The roll that left lint everywhere. Have you ever noticed tiny white flakes after using certain toilet paper? That's lint shedding. One widely available UK brand produced an alarming amount of lint during friction testing. After just a few uses, testers noticed paper dust on clothing, visible fibers on skin, residue in the toilet bowl. This often indicates lower quality pulp or weaker fiber bonding. It may not seem like a big issue, but excessive lint can contribute to discomfort and hygiene concerns. 5. The eco brand with questionable strength. Eco-friendly toilet paper is becoming increasingly popular in Britain. With more awareness about deforestation and sustainability, many shoppers are switching to recycled or bamboo options. And that's admirable. However, not all eco brands are created equal. One recycled paper brand we tested scored highly for sustainability credentials but performed poorly in strength testing. When wet, it tore easily. When folded, it felt thin. multiple layers were needed for reliability. While we absolutely support environmentally conscious products, functionality still matters. Consumers shouldn't have to choose between planet-friendly and practical. 6. The hidden ply trick. Many toilet paper packs proudly state, 3-ply for ply, ultra-thick, but ply count alone doesn't determine quality. In one case, we discovered a brand using thinner individual plies to inflate the ply count. Essentially, 3 ultra-thin layers were no thicker than 2 standard layers from competitors. This clever marketing tactic can mislead shoppers into thinking they're getting superior thickness. Always check sheet density, not just ply numbers. 7. The roll that block plumbing. Now here's a serious concern. In dissolution testing, how quickly toilet paper breaks down in water, one particular thick quilted brand performed terribly. After 30 minutes in water, the paper remained largely intact. For homes with older plumbing systems, especially in Victorian terraces across the UK, slow dissolving paper can increase the risk of blockages. Plumbers across Britain frequently report toilet paper quality as a factor in pipe clogs. Softness is lovely, but not at the expense of your drains. 8. The mega roll illusion. Mega rolls are everywhere. Lasts 3x longer. Fewer roll changes. But when we compared actual total paper length per pound spent, several mega rolls were surprisingly poor value. Some brands achieve mega status simply by increasing the cardboard core size. The roll looks bigger, but contains less usable paper than you'd expect. In blind measurement tests, one mega roll had only 12 more paper than its standard version, despite being priced 30 higher. That's marketing magic, not savings. 9. The inconsistent quality brand. Finally, one of the most frustrating issues, inconsistency. One week, the roll feels fine. Next week, it's thinner. The embossing pattern changes. Sheet perforations tear unevenly. We tested multiple packs from different batches of one popular UK brand and found noticeable variation in paper thickness, sheet size, roll tightness. When consumers can't rely on consistency, trust erodes quickly. What British shoppers should look for instead, rather than focusing solely on brand names, here's what actually matters: true sheet count. Check total sheets per pack and compare cost per 100 sheets. Balance dissolvability, strong enough to use, but breaks down properly in water. Fragrance-free for sensitive skin, especially important for families. Minimal lint, better fiber bonding equals cleaner experience. Transparent sizing, ignores mega hype, check total length. The bigger issue, transparency in UK supermarkets. Supermarket-owned brands are improving rapidly. In fact, some private label options outperformed expensive household names in our testing. The problem isn't just quality. It's clarity. Marketing terms like luxury, premium, ultra, mega are not regulated definitions. They can mean almost anything. And shoppers are left guessing. Now it's time to answer the real question: if some toilet paper brands should be avoided, which ones are actually worth buying? And more importantly, what separates a good roll from a bad one? After weeks of testing in real UK households, controlled absorbency trials, and plumbing simulations, we discovered something unexpected: some supermarket-owned brands outperformed premium household names. Let's break it down. The testing criteria, how we ranked them before revealing the better performers. Here's exactly how we judged them. Every brand was tested in 5 key categories. 1. Softness assessed by blind touch comparison across 20 testers. 2. Strength measured by dry pull resistance and wet durability tests. 3. Absorbency timed liquid absorption capacity per sheet. 4. Dissolvability placed in water and agitated to simulate flushing conditions. 5. Value for money, cost per 100 sheets, not cost per pack. Each category was scored out of 10. Maximum total, 50 points. The unexpected standout, a supermarket-owned brand, one mid-priced supermarket roll, commonly stocked in major UK chains, scored consistently high across every category. It wasn't the most luxurious. It wasn't the thickest. It didn't scream premium on the packaging. But it delivered balance. Soft enough for comfort, strong enough when wet, broke down quickly in water, excellent price per 100 sheets. What stood out most? Consistency. Every pack tested felt identical. No random thinning. No uneven perforation. In fact, this own brand scored 44 out of 50, higher than several well-known national brands. This proves something important: brand recognition doesn't equal superiority. Best for sensitive skin. If irritation is a concern, especially for children or those with eczema-prone skin, fragrance-free options are essential. Among the brands tested, plain, unbleached or lightly processed rolls performed best for skin comfort. These products avoided added scents, lotion coatings, decorative dyes. Testers reported no itching, no dryness, minimal residue. Interestingly, some heavily marketed with aloe or with balm varieties caused more irritation than simple, plain alternatives. Sometimes less really is more. The strongest roll, without blocking pipes. Thicker paper often means greater strength, but too thick, and you risk plumbing issues. One particular 3-ply roll struck the perfect balance. It held together during wet. Pressure tests required fewer sheets per use, still broke apart within 20 minutes in water agitation. This is crucial in the UK, where many homes, especially in older cities like Manchester, Liverpool and Edinburgh, still rely on aging drainage systems. Strong doesn't have to mean stubborn. The best value for money. When calculating value, we ignored flashy packaging and focused purely on maths. Cost per 100 sheets revealed dramatic differences between brands. Some premium rolls cost nearly double per sheet compared to mid-range competitors. And in blind softness tests, most testers couldn't reliably tell the difference between the expensive and mid-priced options. The best value brand delivered solid 3-ply comfort, reliable sheet size, competitive pricing, consistent roll length, scoring 42/50 overall. It proved you don't need to spend top pound for reliable performance. The worst overall performer, one brand, however, scored below 30 out of 50. Its problems included high lint shedding, weak wet strength, poor dissolvability, misleading mega sizing. Despite heavy marketing and premium pricing, it ranked near the bottom in almost every measurable category. The lesson? Advertising doesn't equal quality. The shrinkflation reality check. Across multiple brands, we noticed a quiet trend: smaller sheet dimensions, larger cardboard cores, reduced total roll weight. While packaging remained similar, the usable paper had subtly decreased. This tactic, commonly referred to as shrinkflation, has become more common during periods of inflation in the UK. Consumers often focus on pack price rather than cost per sheet. And that's exactly where the illusion works. Environmental claims, what do they really mean? Eco-labels can be confusing. Terms like sustainably sourced, responsibly managed forests, 100 natural fibers sound reassuring. But here's the key distinction: recycled paper reduces virgin pulp use. Bamboo grows quickly and can be sustainable. FSC-certified paper indicates responsible forestry. However, eco doesn't automatically mean high performance. The best eco-friendly roll we tested scored 40/50. Strong performance overall. The worst eco roll scored 32/50, primarily due to weakness when wet. Being environmentally conscious is important. But products should still function effectively. What UK households really want? After surveying testers across various age groups and households, a clear pattern emerged. British consumers prioritize comfort, reliability, value, plumbing, safety, luxury, embossing patterns? Not a priority. Gold lettering on the pack? Irrelevant. What people truly want is simple: a roll that works. The psychological marketing tricks. Here's something fascinating. When shown identical paper samples labeled as premium, a standard budget, participants consistently rated the premium sample as softer, even when it was the same product. This demonstrates how branding influences perception. Our brains expect better performance when we see higher price tags or elegant packaging. But blind testing removes bias. And the results speak for themselves. The final rankings overview, so far, without naming specific brands here,